So this is an example of arrangement based question. You need to arrange digits, right? So before solving this question, I want to explain few concepts of arrangements here. Let's start with, let's say you have three letters A, B and C, okay? You have three letters A, B and C. So how many words you can form by rearranging this letter? That's your question. Let's say this is your question. You need to find how many three-letter word you can form by rearranging these letters A, B, and C. So let's start with this. There are three places, right? Three parts. I am dividing the three-letter word. There are three parts. So what I'm going to do is first part, how many ways you can fill the first place? It could be either B or A or C, right? It could be either A, B, or C. So there are three options here to fill the first part. Then if you are filling the second one of the letter is already a place in the first place, so you have left with two options now, right? You have only two letters left in the second place, and in the third place you are left with only one letter because you have placed two letters in the first two positions. You are left with only one letter. And at the end, what you need to do is you just need to multiply all the possibilities. So the total number of three-letter words you can form here is 3 times 2 times 1, which is equal to 3 factorial, or I can say 6. So why we are multiplying here is because, see, whenever you have one event followed by another event, whenever you have a continuation of events, you multiply the number of possibilities. See here what you're doing is first you are filling the first place, then you are filling the second one. It's a continuation. After that, you're filling the third place. So whenever you have a continuation of events, you multiply the possibilities. So that's the reason you're multiplying 3 times 2 times 1, which is 3 factorial, or which is 6. Let's say you have four letters A, B, C, D. These are the four letters you have. I need to form a different four letter word. Okay, let's say you have four places, right? I need to form a four letter word. Doesn't mean that it has to have a meaning, okay? It can be a meaningless word. You have four letters, four places, four letters. How many ways you can arrange them here? You can start with a simple concept here. See, first place, how many ways you can fill it? Four places, because it could be either A or B or C or D. There are four options you have, right? Then when you're filling the second place, you are left with only three options because one of the letter is already fixed in the first place. Then you have two, one. Remember, it's a continuation of event. You are filling the first place, then second, then third, and the last. So you multiply the number of possibilities. So the answer here is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 4 factorial. So I hope this is clear, right? How to arrange the letters with respect to these basic concepts. Let's say what happens if you have three letters. Let's say out of that, few of them are repeating. Let's say you have two A's and one B. These are the three letters you have. And I need to form a three letter word. How many different three letter words you can form here by rearranging these letters, okay? So do you think, is it going to be 3 factorial? Because there are three letters. So you can say 3 times 2 times 1, 3 factor. Do you think it's going to work here? No, it is not. Why? Because you can see there is repetition here. So in case if all the letters were different or unique, your answer is 3 factorial. If there were three different letters, your answer is 3 factorial. But here in this case, you can see A is repeating twice. For example, let's say if it was A1, A2, and B. I'm just naming these alphabets so that now it seems like they're different, right? Now you have three different letters. In this case, your answer is 3 factorial because all the three letters are different. So I'm just writing down the six possible ways you can arrange them. Okay. One of them is you start with A1. The next letter is A2B. This is one of the arrangement. Or starting with A1, it could be B, then A2. Second possible way. So I've covered all the possibilities starting with A1. Then you can start with A2, starting with A2, alphabet A2. Then it could be A1B or it could be BA1. I'm just writing down the different possible arrangements, right? Or it could be it's possible that you can start with B, then comes A1, A2, or it can be B, A2, A1. See, these are the total six or 3 factorial or six ways you can arrange these three letters. But if you closely analyze, I just did the numbering part for the namesake, okay? Let's say I'm just removing the numbering part. You can see that there are a lot of repetitions happening. See, I'm just removing the numbering part. So out of the six words you formed, you can clearly see that few of them are repeating. See, the last two of them are actually the same. Or if I can say the first and the third one, they are actually the same words, right? AAB, AAB. It's the same thing. And also I can say that the second and the fourth one, they are the same. So out of the six, you are having only three unique words or three different words. Rest of them are actually the repetition. So remember, whenever you have repetitions here, what you need to do is, let's say you have AAB. These are the three letters. I need to find how many three letter words you can form. What you need to do is, first you find out how many letters are there. Three of them are there, right? Three letters are there. You write down 3 factorial. So, but in this 3 factorial, we are sure that some of the words are repeating because of this repetition. So to compensate that, what you need to do is you divide this by, you check how many letters are repeating. A is repeating. How many times? 2 times it's repeating. So what you need to do? You divide by 2 factorial because A is repeating 2 times. That's the reason you divide by 2 factorial. So this gives 3 factorial is 6. Divide by 2 factorial, which is 2. That's give you the answer 3. So that's what we got, right? There are three unique words. So this is the process that you need to follow whenever you have repetitions involved. I'm going to give another example to make it theory very clear for you. Okay, let's say you have four letters. There are three A's and one B. There are four letters with you, three A's and one B. How many four-letter different words you can form by arranging these letters? That's your question. So as per the process, what you need to do? First, find out how many letters are there. There are four letters are there. So your answer is going to be 4 factorial. But out of this 4 factorial, there are some repetitions. You need to compensate that. You divide by the repetitions here. A is repeating how many times? 3 times A is repeating. So you divide by 3 factorial. That means your answer is going to be 4 factorial by 3 factorial is going to be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 4 factorial. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. You can cancel it down, or I can say this is 4. 4 factorial is 24 by 6, which is 4. So there are 4 ways you can arrange this. One more example I want to demonstrate here. Okay, one more example. So let's say you have a scenario like this. You have AA, 2 A's and 2 B's. How will you do in this case? So what do you need to do? I need to find out how many four different letter words you can form by arranging these letters. So there are four places, right? You stick to the same format. How many letters are there? Four letters are there. 4 factorial. Then you count for the repetitions. Here I can see A is repeating twice. Also B is repeating twice. So you need to compensate for that individually. Okay. So A is repeating twice. So you divide by 2 factorial. That's how you compensate for A. Similarly, you need to compensate for B. B is repeating twice. So you just need to divide by 2 factorial again. So this is the total number of words you can form by arranging these letters. It's going to be 4 factorial is 24 upon 2 times 2, which is 4. Your answer is 6. So this is the basics of arranging letters, or instead of A, B, C, D, instead of letters, it could be digits. The same logic. Instead of A, it could be 1 or 2. It could be digits possible. But this is the concept that you need to follow while you are arranging any items. Now let's come back to the question. You need to find how many distinct 8-digit numbers can be formed. So there are total 8 digits. So 8 places in total: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are total 8 places. Okay, 8 digit can be formed by rearranging the digits of the number. So these are the digits you have in hand. Okay, you need to rearrange them. And how many distinct? Okay, there is no repetition. You need to find how many distinct 8-digit number can be formed, but there is one condition involved. The odd digits occupy odd positions and even digits occupy even positions. So whenever you have a conditions while you are arranging the items, always keep in mind, first step is to satisfy the condition. Understand what is a condition given. So you should satisfy those conditions while you are arranging them, right? So odd digits should occupy odd positions. So let's start with the first condition. So I'm just naming here the positions. So this is the first place, first position, second one, third one, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. Odd position means what? The first digit, the third one, fifth one, seventh one. I'm just taking the odd positions, okay? And these positions are occupied by the odd digits in this. So what are the odd digits you have? There are two ones and two threes, right? These are the digits you have. I need to arrange these four digits with some repetitions here. I need to arrange them in these four places. So there are four places, four digits. How many ways you can arrange it? Remember, stick to the basic rule we just now learned, right? There are four letters or four digits. There are four places. How many ways you arrange it? Start with 4 factorial because there are four digits. Divide by the repetition to compensate it, right? So 1 is repeating how many times? 2 times. So you divide by 2 factorial. 3 is repeating 2 times. You divide by 2 factorial. So this much different digits could be formed or different ways you can arrange them in four places. Similarly, you need to arrange even digits at the even position. So these are the even positions, right? 2, 4, 6, and 8, the remaining places. There are four places. And how many even digits are there? There are two twos and two fours. These are the even digits. So how many ways you can arrange these four digits in these even places? Stick to the same formula. How many digits are there in total? 4. 4 factorial. Divide by repetitions. 2 is repeating how many times? 2 factorial. 2 times, so 2 factorial. 4 is repeating again 2 times, so it's 2 factorial. So this much ways you can arrange them in 4 places. So now you have two arrangements here. Now, do you think, will you multiply or will you add? Is it a continuation of events? Yes, it's a continuation, right? First, you are arranging the digits at the odd places. Then you are arranging the digits at the even places. It's a continuation of event. So you multiply the total outcomes here. You got. So your answer is going to be equal to what is 4 factorial? 4 factorial is 24 upon 2 times 2, which is 6. Right? 24 by 4 is 6. You multiply by again the same. 4 factorial is 24. 2 times 2 is again 6. So your answer is going to be 6 times 6, which is equal to 36. So option C is the right answer for the question. So always keep in mind when you're arranging the digits or alphabets, keep in mind the repetition. Also, if there are some conditions involved, satisfy the conditions.